Hello everyone, this is Erica again with Dreamy Workshop, and today we're making soap. Right now I'm starting off on my embeds, and they are going to be bamboo shoots along with these leaves again from the bamboo shoots. And what I've done is, so far I cut roughly 3 ounces of my detergent-free shave butter that I purchased from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and after it's melted down in about 5 to 10 second increments, I'm gonna go ahead and add this gorgeous teal color that I purchased from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and it is called New Tone Sea Green, and it's a soap color block, and I'm really excited to see this color in a soap. So we will go ahead, get to melting, and be right back. Here's what my soap base looks like after, I'm gonna say, about 30 seconds of melting in 10 to 15 second bursts with about half a block of the dye. And I'm very satisfied with that color. You can actually see a lot of the glitter in it, which is gonna be really, really pretty. And I am going to go ahead and spritz my mold with rubbing alcohol. And I will go ahead and pour my soap base in here. Trying to spread it as evenly as possible. Just going to pour some into these leaves here, which doesn't take much, as you can see. And that's good with that. I'm gonna spread some over here to that leaf there, and I'll just go ahead and pour the rest across the top of the bamboo shoots. And there you go. I used about 3 drops of the fragrance oil, just so that it has a little bit of fragrance and it's not just plain old soap. And it smells amazing. I'm using Fruit Loops from the Flaming Candle, and I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to show my customers this new fragrance oil. One of my co-workers is actually asking me for a few of my soap bars for her Mother's Day boxes, and I'm really excited to work with her. And you can follow her on corelstrinkets.com. She does have an Etsy shop, so if you just type in Corel's Trinkets, you'll be able to find her there as well. And I am so excited to make her soap. We're not sure which fragrance we're going to use for hers just yet, but for this one in particular, a good friend of mine ordered a gray and teal soap for her bathroom. So this is what she chose, and it was Fruit Loops. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this harden for a couple hours, maybe 1 or 2 hours, and it should be hard. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna spritz the top of this with rubbing alcohol to get rid of those bubbles. And then we'll go ahead and unmold these, possibly cut them into pieces that will fit each 1-inch bar nicely. And I'm hoping that we really I guess execute this design very nicely, because I'm really excited about the smell, and I know everyone is just gonna love it. So yeah, we'll be back in 1 to 2 hours. Okay, so we're back. I measured out 1 pound, 11 ounces of my shea butter soap base, And I'm gonna add to that 0.9 ounces of my Fruit Loops fragrance oil. Again, that's from the Flaming Candle Fruit Loops fragrance oil, which I'm really excited to use. It smells divine. So I'm gonna go ahead and melt this down. To this, I might just use about 2 blocks of this beautiful metallic silver mica soap block, just because the teal that I wanted needed a little extra more, and it was a very small portion. So since this is a much larger portion, I just might go and jump the gun and melt in there about 2 blocks of the sterling silver mica soap color blocks from Wholesale Supplies Plus. All right, so we'll be back. All right, we are back. I melted down 1 pound, 11.3 ounces of Shea Butter detergent-free melt and pour soap, and I used 2 blocks of the metallic silver mica. And this is what it looks like. It does have a nice glitter. It is starting to cool down already. As you can see, that little kind of thin film at the top. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a lot of glitter in here, and I absolutely love it. I went ahead and I measured out 0.9 ounces of Fruit Loops fragrance oil. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour that in there. Alright, and I'll put that off to the side. And I am going to stir this in until it's nice and even, and I don't see any more fragrance oil swirls in there. It usually takes about a couple minutes to get it nice and evenly incorporated, and then we will start pouring into our soap loaf. What I'm going to do is I am going to pour, I believe it's about 1/5 of the way. Yes, it's 1/5. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make a little more teal, put that in the middle for a nice, you know, thin teal strip. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pour the gray in again. So I'm gonna have a nice thick layer of gray, thin layer of teal, another thick layer of gray, and then the nice design on top. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this stirring, and we'll be back. As you can see, I've already started pouring part of the soap loaf. The 1/5 that I was talking about ended up being about 1 cup, cup and a little bit. And now I am waiting for it to kind of harden just a little so I can go ahead and pour the teal on top. I am going to use a spatula to go ahead and break the fall. And while it sets up, I will take a short break and we'll be back. And we're back after that almost catastrophe / disaster. This is the same knife that I used to cut the soap base with. I purchased 10-pound blocks, again, from Wholesale Supplies Plus. So I do need a proper knife to go ahead and cut through those. So as you can see here, I have a little excess, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shave that off. And shave that off. And I'll put these off to the side for trash. So I guess while I'm doing this, I'll tell you guys how and why I got into soaping. As you can see, I am strictly doing melt and pour soap right now. I have not been brave enough to indulge in the I'm just gonna mark this right here with my nail. I haven't been brave enough to go ahead and attempt the cold process soap, but that is the next step. Eventually, I do want to get into the cold process soap just because I think that it's a lot prettier. You can do, not that it's prettier, but you can do a lot more with them, with the cold process. Let me see if I can just pull these apart. Let's see. I am wearing a mask, so I hope that I'm not breathing too hard into the video. Let's see. That one is just a little thick, so I'm just gonna slim this guy down a tad little bit. Now, back to the reason why I got into soaping. I am dying to start a small business, and I love to make things with my hands. I was one of those kids that would think that mud pies were a thing. Okay, so I think that's gonna fit nicely right there. So as I was a kid growing up, I used to make my cousins mud pies, and it was just a lot of fun. And eventually I grew and I got into a little bit of drawing, which quite honestly I was not very good at, but it's something that I really enjoyed. As I got into high school, I fell in love with photography. I took a photography class, and it was so refreshing and very eye-opening. I think that one's gonna fit nicely right here. There we go. I'm gonna smooth that edge out right there. And photography kind of jump-started my creative juices a little bit, because you know, you have your what is it, your f-stops, your apertures, and playing with the blurs in the background. You know, you have your sports photos, which are nice, crisp and clear. Then you have your nice what is it, landscape photos. And I think they're all just beautiful in their own way. When I met my husband, he was and still is a Disney buff, and made me a Disney buff, and we both love Disney now equally. Or just as much. And Disney for me is, it just goes to show that you can be a kid at any age. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how old you get, but or you know, what you end up doing as a career. You can always enjoy Disney World. And I think that Disney created a world where people of all ages can come to and just express themselves. And that's kind of what I want to do in my shop. I want to create all different kinds of things where people can just find a cup and put something that they love on it. So when they go to work, you know, someone that loves the exact same thing can say, oh, well, you know, I love that too. And kind of just create those friendships and bonds through things that we love. Some of my orders that have come through have been for the Dragon Ball Z characters, and they absolutely love these cartoons. And I mean, guys, these are adults. But you're never too old or too young to love cartoons. So, I mean, I've made tumblers with Gohan and Goku on them, and it seems to be a fan favorite. I get a lot of likes for my Dragon Ball Z tumblers. I also make wax warmers that you can personalize as well with your own design. So if your home is either a beach theme or contemporary, a little rustic, you can literally create what suits you into either a wax warmer or a t-shirt or a vase. I'm dying to try one of those, a vase. Should be beautiful. So head on over to my shop on Etsy. It is Dreamy Workshop, all one word, and shop is written in the old way, which is S-H-O-P-P-E. So Dreamy Workshop on Etsy, or you can visit my website, which is powered by Etsy, at www.dreamyworkshop.com. I really don't want to cut this one off because it just looks so pretty. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And I will get one of these back in here. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and melt that clear, that premium crystal clear soap base, again from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and I'm going to pour it over, and it should just reflect the beautiful bamboo shoots, and I am hoping that it comes out just like my customer wants. I think it is. I am very confident. Oh, I forgot. I have more leaves here. So I'm going to scoop this guy back out. Here we go. And get to shaving down here again. And if anybody has a way to do melt and pour soap with texture, please leave me a comment below, because I don't know how. These soaps, I've tried to make you know, a textured top with the infamous spoon, and it just does not work out. Melt and pour will cool on the top and kind of create a film, if you will, at the top, and it's not easy to texture that. It kind of just looks like a piece of tape on the top of your soap, which is not very appealing. So I am going to make sure that I either incorporate some sort of embed or the clear soap to show, you know, to let the embed shine through. And that's how I'm starting off, at least. I can't wait to try my first cold process soap. I did buy the piping set created by both Katie Carson and Nurture Soap. and you can expect that unboxing video very soon. All right, I like it. I like it. I hope you guys do too. Check it out. Ooh, these bars are going to be so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and melt down my premium crystal clear soap base by Wholesale Supplies Plus. I'm going to let it sit for a little while so it's not so hot, and then I'll go ahead and pour it over. I'm going to spritz this before I pour it, but we'll be back and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean. Thanks. We'll be back. Now that we've melted the crystal clear melt and pour soap down, I added the fragrance oil. I do see like maybe a tinge yellowish to it, but barely. I've let it cool down some. I do need to invest in one of those temperature guns to make it easier for me to take the temperature, but I'm kind of just winging it for now. And here is my newest technique with my spoon. The sides to get as much in there as I can. And voila! I'm going to spritz with rubbing alcohol. I'm also going to tap this just down like that. I want to push you in there, and I also want to push you down too. Alright, so not too bad. Voila, they are completely submerged into the soap. I am gonna pat them down for good measure. Before we cut this, it should be fine just because we've already waited so long for the other layers to harden. So this should come along fairly quickly. And I am really excited about this. My entire house smells like Fruit Loops, and it smells fantastic. I love it, my kids love it, my husband loves it. So I cannot wait to go ahead and cut this loaf into bars. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. We're back for the cutting of the soap loaf, and now we're gonna cut it into bars. I have here a miter box that I purchased from Wholesale Supplies Plus, which has been sterilized with rubbing alcohol, as well as my soap cutter, also from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And I am going to just peel down this soap mold, which I already started doing, honestly. Pulling off the sides just a little bit. And just gonna try and pop the back of this mold, which actually looks easier, but actually there it goes. That was not too bad. See, there it is. Let's just pull this off here, and there it goes. Look at that teal kind of shined through from our first little mishap, but hopefully. So let's move on and cut the loaf. So I'm gonna slide it in here, and as you can see, there is an opening here and here, which makes for a perfect 1-inch soap bar. And I'm just pushing down. And we're gonna slide you back up. I wish this piece would come down, but I guess not. I'm gonna have to slide this off. Wow, this looks great. I absolutely love this soap. Look how pretty. We have some swirls in there. Check that out, and the smell is fantastic. I'm in love with this smell. Fruit Loops, guys, smells just like it. If you enjoy the smell of Fruit Loop cereal, this is your fragrance. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep chopping these up. I'll go ahead and lay them out little by little as I go. But yes, everyone, I am so happy with this bar. Again, this miter box is it is gonna drive me pretty crazy, just because I have to pull it out just to get to the bar, and it can be, it's proving to be a little annoying, but it does the trick for now. Check out this bar, you guys. Look how beautiful. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy with this. So happy with this. You see the clear and the bamboo sitting on top, kind of like a hidden gem. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for my customers to see these bars. They are just gorgeous. And in the miter box we go. Sorry about that, y'all. And pressing down, not too hard, but firm enough just to slide through. Whoa! If that's supposed to happen every time, then that would be great. But I guess it doesn't happen for all. All right, let's slide you down. Oh, there it is again. Yay! One point for the dreamer. Good morning, everybody. This is Erica again, the dreamer with Dreamy Workshop. I'm so sorry about yesterday's footage, but my battery died. I'm so sorry, but this is the final product, and these are what they look like. The fragrance oil totally changed my crystal clear soap base to yellow, and that is what I call a lesson learned, my friends. So I will not be using any fragrance oils in my crystal clear soap base. I will just leave it up to, you know, the bar, maybe use just a little bit less. But let me tell you, this Fruit Loops fragrance is coming through so nicely. My husband loves it, my kids love it, and I totally love it. I think they're amazing. I think the fragrance is amazing. So that's about it. That's all I have for you today, and I will hope to see you soon.